I wanted to share something quite similar. Like when I listen to that, it reminds me of my earlier years in high school. We had a group, guys. Okay, we were the girls, right? As time progressed, I felt as though, I don't know how to put it, as though I was left out in some ways. I felt no, ha gona le di-alliance, and I'm not a part of that. You know what I mean?
Dreams too big, aiming for the stars. Gonna paint the city pink, paint my skies.
Okay, guys, hi. Welcome to Off the Clock with Sky. Today we're talking all things relationships. You're listening to Les, but we're not alone. We have some beautiful guests over to my right. Even though you can't see me, I have
Lungo.
Such a pleasure to have you. To my left, I have
Mapsy.
So nice to have you here. And of course, the usual.
You know OG, it's Shati. It's me, OG.
So today we're going to start off the episode with something light, an icebreaker of sorts. We're playing
Name tag.
So the point of the game is to, each of us are going to start with a letter. And when you get to your letter, you're going, I want to go back.
Sana. We're giving out. Okay, so starting from whoever starts, we're going to say names with the alphabet in order. I hope 2 + 2 is making sense at home.
It will make sense.
I'm not sure if you guys understand, but I think you'll see when we start.
Okay. I think we'll start over at Mapsy.
Okay. Amantle.
Betha.
Cable. Wait, sorry, Betha.
That is the name.
Are you hating on all the Bethas outside?
Okay, whoever the Bethas are, I'm sorry.
Mine was Cable.
What?
That's a C.
It's a name, hella a name.
It's a name.
Cable.
Like as in
like CA. Or like able, but with the C.
Yeah,
ma'am.
Okay, Disang.
Pelerins.
Yo.
Sorry, what?
I'm also stuck. Okay, F. Fukutang. I don't know.
No.
Guys, Fiona.
No, such a name.
Shrek. Ish. Fiona.
Hannah.
Yeah.
Guys,
Is that me?
No,
It's a me. Oh, no.
Exactly.
guys.
H is Hosanna because praise the Bible.
Period.
Oh, nice.
In theme with the Bible, Isaiah.
Joseph.
Where are we?
Okay. Yeah.
No, with a C, babe. That's Camorello on
Okay.
mine.
L, Lungo.
And Mapsy.
Period. Notando. LMN.
M-O.
N?
Yes.
N.
N. Correct.
Okay,
N.
I'm fine. We're moving on.
Lungo. Oh.
My pillow. Oh, wait, I'm on an O.
Emma.
Hosanna.
Wabile.
Oh, P. Palisa.
Queen.
Rose.
Tapelo.
Unity.
I'm stuck. Wait, what comes after you?
V. I think. I don't know.
V.
Viola.
Wow, ne.
Kanake X.
Kolisi.
Yeah.
Yolanda.
No.
Yolanda.
Why is
Z.
it? Zolani.
Yay.
Period.
Schuster.
We made it. We survived.
Why was that so difficult?
I don't know why. Like I felt like I'm questioning my own, you know,
Relationship with alphabets.
Yeah. Man, there's a missing link in there.
So we wanted to start off with like a quick submission from one of our Sky girls. So I'm going to hand that over to Shati and we can just chat about it.
Okay. Hello, guys. Sky Girl says, I had a friend group last year. There were 4 of us and we were so tight. In February, Valentine's Day, we had a fight that I thought was small but apparently wasn't. Ever since then, we have hung out in pairs rather than the full group, and we started fighting again this week because my other friends claimed we stole her lunch money. I don't know what to do. I just miss my girls.
Ish.
Kanki Valentine.
That's
True story.
Kanki
Because what was the
Valentine.
fight about?
The story is
You know what I
deep.
mean?
What was the fight about?
definitely.
Deeper than that. Eh?
So I wanted to share something quite similar. Like when I listen to that, it reminds me of my earlier years in high school. We had a group, guys. Okay, we were the girls, right? as time progressed, I felt as though, I don't know how to put it, as though I was left out in some ways. I felt alliance, and I'm not a part of that. You know what I mean? I remember I went on, I didn't address it, and then I think Form 4 came, and I said, I'm still here. I enter the group chat. I'm like, guys, rata drama, because why would I enter the group chat like that?
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm cutting you off. You guys don't like me. What's happening?
But it wasn't that a cry of like attention, cry for attention?
Almost. I feel as though. And then we had that discussion, and it was, no, listen, some of us were friends in primary school. Our bond is coming from before, we met you. Others know each other from outside spaces, from sports. And it was just us not necessarily being able to gel together, and not an issue of like any true drama or any true hatred. So shame, please talk to your friends. Just have a chat with them, and I think maybe.
I think so too. Also, the thing with group dynamics is there'll always be, unfortunately, somebody that you're closer to. I don't want to say closer to, but you'll relate more with one person more than the next.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it a bit difficult to navigate the group. But what I've found is it's important to appreciate the bond that I have, like with the
Individual.
The person you're
individual.
closest to.
So I don't think, kana ke khona go bua le shati here like boys, for example. But then Lunga and I can only talk about studying, for example. Rather see it as, okay, I get a little bit of everything from everyone, and not trying to find everything in the one person.
That's a good way to
That's
see
very
it.
good. I think we've all been through that kind of situation, and it's important to always position everybody, like you were just saying, because at the end of the day, friendship is a beautiful thing, but we all share different things at different times, and we all want to open up with differently to each person. So so position is important.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think also with friend breakups, I think you shouldn't take it too hard sometimes. I know we're super close people, but unfortunately, you can drift apart from people, you can lose people, and it's okay to come to terms with that, because I also went through that like a couple of months ago, because I'm still a high school girl. Anyways. You just get over it, and you learn to realize that these people honestly are people put in your life to help you grow and evolve in a certain way. And you should be thankful for the time that you spend with them, and realize, okay, this friendship isn't gonna work out, and that's fine.
You know what's funny? It's funny because I think it also happens even now in the workplace. Because you get that. I think like life has different stages. You think you're over high school, you're over that drama. Ma'am, get to the workplace.
But
Hey.
I
There's
saw-
still that kind of drama as well. It's like,
But
no, we cannot. We are human. Hey,
yeah,
we're
I
all
saw
human.
a tweet just to add on to what you were saying. I don't know. I don't want to add her, but essentially she was like, "Work friends are not your friends.
Yeah.
They're not your friends." And I was like, "What am I heading into?"
You come there, you make money, you bolt.
No, but guys, at the same, I get it, but
Yeah.
I've also made like very good friendships out of the work environment. So as much as yes, I get it, you have to be professional, but I've made like proper like friends that I still keep, even though we probably have left the company or whatever.
Yeah.
But just because I have that good experience of like making or creating genuine friendships, I kind of forget. It doesn't mean everywhere I go, these people will be my friends. So I'm a bit spoiled in the fact that I know the goodness that can come out of it. So then I kind of forget, no, but babes.
Sometimes
You also can't let everyone into your space, because with friendships you find because I've seen it with people who are introverts. They reach a stage where they want to become more friendly, more sociable, so they just make friends with everyone. Then it turns to them being more of pushovers, because they allow these people to treat them this way. It's okay to realize that you like your alone time. You also want friends, but be careful who you let into your space, because whoever you let into your space could distract you, like mentally, physically, all of those things.
Financially too,
No, boundaries are important. Genuinely, the ability to say no, today I want some me time, or no, I can't lend you 50 pula. So just being able to be open with your friends and say, listen, this is what I'm willing to do, this is what I'm not willing to do, this is what I align with. So Yeah.
So we often lose ourselves in trying to create genuine friendships. Hey? We displace ourselves. We become social butterflies to a point where we lose
Your sense of identity.
the sense of who is Lunga in the first
I
place.
get you.
You know.
I get you. I think with me, I remember, man, what was I going through in high school?
Oh, child, we all went through it.
Yeah, just a bit of an identity crisis because I'm navigating that group of friends that I have, and I'm thinking to myself, I want to expand, and I found myself getting a little mixed up in the way that you stated. So, hey, it's nice to hear that I'm not alone.
No, you're not. No, you're not. It's funny because when you talk about friends, as much as they're so important, but it's also very important to sort of assess. And I'm not saying rejajabat, right?
Yes.
But you have to know that this is the friend that I can come to, or they have the capacity to support me in this way.
That's very true.
And then this person can't support me in this way, but I know they got me in this instance or in this sort of situation. So recently I found some of my close girlfriends were like, I'm in a book club. So they're like, babes, like, we want to join that book club. And I literally said to this one friend, I was like, I love you so much, but I don't want you to join my book club.
I get you.
And I had to explain, and I said, that is a different kind of safe space for me.
That's true.
And I want to use the time with my book club ladies to be present, because I feel like once you join, I'm going to gradually I'm going to be closer to you and I'm going to spend all this time with you. But I want to really engulf myself in that experience of being in a book club with women that I haven't even, known all my life. So I don't want you to be in that space.
I get you.
Similarly, I have like a yoga group with some of my best friends, and we do like outdoor activities. And I told my other friend, I'm like, babes, okay, I'll invite you sometimes, but I don't want you to be too intimately involved in that space as well, because, I have to just find ways to put all these people that I genuinely love and care about in different pockets and spaces. I mean, on my birthday, let's do it. But it's so important for me to, have this space that is outside of, my best friend, who I meet all the time.
Yeah.
So I've tried to do that, and I think it's also just because of experiences. You grow up, you get to understand people and love them for who they are and where they can meet you. So that's just something that I've learned to do over time.
I am so glad that I learned that most of my friends are not going to be everything friends, and here's what I mean by that. An everything friend is the person you can call for literally everything. You want to go out? They got you. You want to stay in? They got you. You're going through the worst heartbreak of your life? They're bringing you groceries, right? Like, you need a ride from the airport? They're there for you. All of the things that you could need wrapped up in one person or a few people, that is an everything friend. I'm not saying they're going to be perfect. I'm saying you can rely on them for whatever mood you're in, whatever stage of life you're in. Like, they are there for everything. A lot of the friends that we make are going to have categories. You're going out friends. You're going out to dinner friends. You're sitting and watching a movie on the couch friends. You're like, I'm calling when I'm having a really bad day friends. The career advice friends. Like, a lot of the friends that you make are going to be categorized, and that is okay. It saves you a lot of heartbreak when you let people show up in your life in the way that they're actually meant to, without trying to force them to be everything to you.
Yeah, and I feel
so
like a
beautifully
great
said.
resource that our Sky Girls can use, the current magazine currently right now has conversation about fitting in while standing out within your friend group. So you can still adjust to your friends, but make sure that you're known. Like, you have your own special traits that
Make you.
Yeah, don't fit into the point where you're a carbon copy of everyone else.
Yes.
But make sure that you respect other people, you have interactions with them that show what you guys have similar tastes, but also understand that you are your own person.
Love that.
I wanted us to touch a bit on families in light of talking about boundaries. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how I want to address it. Like, when I look at my own mom, or should I add her?
Yo, Sana.
Should I really add her? I find it hard to almost approach her and say, mothers, please at least knock before you enter my room.
Yeah.
Something, come, you know what I mean? Like, exactly. Those
Ding dong.
are the kinds of conversations that I always end up having with her, because it's like, for some reason in her mind, maybe she doesn't understand exactly what I'm asking for when I ask for privacy, for example. So, yeah, guys, What's your advice to Lizzo?
That is so funny, hey?
Yeah.
My 9-year-old niece would usually say, Mommy, I want privacy. She calls me Mommy, by the way. So I'm like, but ma'am, you're so young.
Yeah.
You're so young. But I think it's important that we teach young girls about privacy from an early age and how to openly communicate about what they want, so that they go and then know if I say I want this, there's an end and there's a beginning and an end to what I want.
True. Absolutely.
You know, consent is very important.
True.
Yeah.
I think for me, with my parents, I've learned that because I have a thing of when I get angry, upset, I like to close off and I don't like to speak to them. So I've kind of found a way to navigate that on how they speak to me, because it actually upsets me sometimes the way they do.
Yeah.
So I'll tell them, if you're gonna ask me to do something, at least say please. If you're gonna
Wait,
No,
do you say it in that moment?
yes, I do. I say please, because I'm not gonna do it unless you say please. Because it's
inspire me.
Yeah, no.
Ma'am, I was raised by a grandmother, hey?
My parents are like
get a
older as
whooping.
well. Yeah,
I would
so
get a whooping.
ke kgang ya gore, okay, bagolo, I get you, I respect you, but also
Yeah, like respect me as a
accommodate
person
me.
too.
Yeah, let the respect go both ways.
Yeah.
Those are tricky conversations.
True story, but I feel like also I know there's limits sometimes, because I know when I'm not supposed to say it. When I haven't been, the brightest or the
girl.
coolest kid, I know I can't say anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like when they order you around, it kind of also like doesn't make you feel like a person. It's just being told to do this and that. But Butoka, please, can you please get me a cup of tea?
Yeah. Kana, the thing with family is, it becomes difficult to draw boundaries because they feel sort of like you're closing off.
Yeah.
Even though like boundaries are very important. Also at the same time, you don't want to hurt the people that you love, because families, what you're close to, and we look up to these people. So I can imagine now if, for example, there's a little boy, a teen boy, or the dad, and they aspire to be like them in all aspects, protective, a provider of sorts, but then Papa smokes. So then what happens in that instant? I think it's also important for us as we draw boundaries with family to be like, I aspire to be like you inspire me. I want to be as hardworking as you are. I want to be as involved as you are. But it's also important to define who I am so that I don't become, like you were saying, a carbon copy of, an older sister, for example, that you emulate, or like your mother, for example. So how do you think then people, or like young girls, should be able to do that? How have you guys been able to do that, to say, okay, without atting people, but like I have an aunt who is like rich aunt, eventing with that LV bag, I aspire to be like her, but then I see her pull out a cigarette. How can I still look up to her, but then sort of pick and choose what...
I get you. I mean, when I look at like Sky, that's what we stand for. We are telling you, assert yourself in what you stand for. Define your shores, define your shapos. What is it that you're willing to do? So also, like you said, having self-awareness when establishing your boundaries, to say, okay, listen, I'm trying to be like you, but also not like you. I get you. So just being aware that, okay, listen, I'm my own person. This is what I stand for. Keshoka, keshapoka.
SKY.
Anyway. What about you, Shati?
I think it also is with the adults who raise us, because you can't actively do these things in front of young kids. Young kids are impressionable. So whatever you do in front of them, whatever you say, sticks with them, and they carry that into adulthood.
Let the people know.
So they carry that into adulthood, because I when I was younger, I didn't realize that some of my family members do these things. But as I've grown more as a teenager, and I like to watch around, I like to be vigilant. I realized they do these things. They've just been careful about how they do it in front of me, because me and my aunt are really close. She currently lives with us, right? And she smokes. But when she goes out, she tells me, tell us what is in the house, which is my younger sister. Yeah. So she doesn't see that.
Yeah.
And I think that just shows, it's responsibility from the adults around us.
No, that's beautifully said.
Jeez, I don't think I have that experience. I remember like seeing, like smokes alcohol. I knew this uncle smokes.
Yeah.
And I thank God for Sky because I never, maybe because I was exposed to it so young, it seemed normal, but it didn't seem normal enough for me to try it out.
Yeah.
And I think just out of understanding that, okay, but that's that person. I don't have to do that.
That's true.
But honestly, I've been exposed.
And I would say that if you've seen something in excess, if you've seen something being abused, you end up hating it. If you love yourself,
true.
you're like, nah, but I don't want to go into the same steps as that person. You know, you tread carefully in knowing this is where it might lead.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. That's true. I honestly feel like, where there's issues of MJOLO.
Yeah.
You had to be the first one to say it.
Child. Actually, you were all running away from it.
No. The PR around the relationships right now is not cute.
It's
It's
not
okay.
touchy. It's not
There's
cute.
nothing to look forward to.
Guys, but Dr. Musa,
Oh, shame.
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
in
babe.
love, Khore.
you like at least,
But it's 1 in 5 people.
I get
one in
let
5
down too
people.
many times. You can't
No, let down while you are young, even.
No, but we can't run away from the fact that as teen girls, you will develop some sort of feelings or you will see someone and then you're like, that could be my someone one day. And it's something that is happening and we can't be oblivious to it.
True.
It's just about how then do we navigate the situations.
Sana, but dating in this age with technology, just like how I was scrolling through Instagram, then I'm seeing on my Explore page Neymar posting his pregnant girlfriend. Apologies for cheating. Why would you do that? On the interwebs.
I'm scared and afraid.
No,
people.
Even this other, I don't know who she is, but this South African celebrity was dating this girl.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm sorry I cheated on you 10 times before. This is What is that? Why would you do that? These are things you have to communicate with. Like, it's enough. You can't be posting these types of things because then you're embarrassing your partner.
True.
Your partner's starting to
too much damage, man. Too much.
Sometimes I feel like we're living for the internet, guys. Like, why would you?
I had a conversation with a friend of mine about how we're trying to emulate everything on social media. Like from how we want to wake up, what we want to eat.
What day in my life
is it, girl?
And then already the cameras, then you're getting out of bed. Who's setting up, guys? Who's holding that camera at 6 a.m.?
Nothing is realistic anymore. Guys, it's all staged. Guys, our lives.
So that girl, that girl or that YouTuber or whoever had to wake up first. Camera,
And then she had to do this one.
I love
our TikTok
I
family.
love influencers, but the
did
word,
this
the
one.
time.
Yeah,
man.
when they were making that it girl item trend where you had to be this girl who wakes up at 5 a.m. drinks green juice.
Yes.
What? But like, come on, BFFR. Sometimes you wake up and you just want a burger. It's okay, guys. You don't have to.
you want to look like
not doing it all.
Hey.
I'm trying to
you
be
don't want to
wrap it up. Look at us dodging the topic
And
at
actually,
hand
the most
again.
important the most important relationship is with yourself.
Oh,
you
yeah, that's
can't
beautiful.
carry any type of relationship without caring for yourself first. Romantic, family, all of that.
Mental.
Because respecting yourself means others are gonna respect you too.
That's beautiful.
So you have to carry yourself with a certain level of respect so that other people can see, she's not gonna take this.
Genuine.
So you know what I'm
not
saying?
gonna try it.
Yeah.
And even that's how I found to be able to build the boundaries that I have in place with all sorts of relationships that I'm in, be it with a boss, be it with a friend, with family, a guy. It's first, what boundaries have I set for myself? How am I treating myself? How do I want to be treated? Because if I don't love myself, then I'm going to literally say I'm in love with any other person who just gives me attention.
That's true.
But if I tend to myself and nurture the relationship with self first,
That's true.
It's an easy sort of come up from that because I've already set the bar so high. I won't be impressed when you buy me chocolate. I buy myself chocolate. I won't be impressed when you call me beautiful because I know I am. I call myself beautiful. So it's so important to tend to self before then expecting the next person to do that for you.
That's so insightful. I don't even know how to add on to that. Genuinely speaking,
Ma'am,
took the words out of my mouth.
It's full.
So I'm just gonna ask this. What do you think is important when you find yourself sort of trying to date or thinking that you're ready to date? You know, what do you think is the most important thing that you should focus on?
Your do's and your don'ts.
What I have learned is love is not enough. Love is not enough for a long-term, committed, healthy relationship to fully work.
Facts.
And I think we've been told our whole life love is all you need. And it's just, for me, not true.
What else do you need?
Values, vision, and lifestyle.
Your do's and your don'ts. What am I willing to do in this relationship? Am I ready to do whatever I think I'm
How
ready
far can
to do?
I want to go?
Is it legal?
That part.
What I'm trying to
That
say
part.
to you. Do I respect this person? Does this person respect
me?
Am I in a toxic situation?
Guys, what's
what
toxic
does
though?
toxic mean?
Wait. What is toxic?
Ma'am, there are a lot of relationships out there. People are so sometimes they just want a pet they can control.
Yeah.
all the time. Hey,
Yeah, like power imbalances. When like I've noticed, especially with teenage boys, so silly. They just like, they have this thing they started off saying, I'm him.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? Like they think they're the overall, this thing. So they take these, like boy Andrew Tate. That's someone teenage boys really do admire. And he has the wrong way. And then they carry these things and they think, oh, like, my girl should be in the kitchen. Wah, 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 hey. Yeah, like, are you going to tell your mom to go to the kitchen?
Imagine.
Ask yourself that question. Are you going to shout at your mom to go in the kitchen?
The new wave of misogyny that we have shocks me, because you'd think that as Gen Z would be going forward, that people would be woke, that people would be self-aware.
we are going?
We're going right there to the back. Like,
Yeah.
Imagine, and this is a real thing that she's talking about. You'll find that someone genuinely believes that, actually, no, I'm that guy.
Like,
Baba, it's me. And that's a teenager. Yeah, exactly. So imagine that mentality festering in someone's mind as they head into their 20s and they say they're going to be someone's husband.
Imagine.
What kind of relationship are you getting into?
Yo, Sana.
Yo?
And especially, I remember I had a conversation with my
That's the
tutor.
passion for me.
I had this conversation with my tutor, and I was genuinely asking him. I was like, I was just having a conversation. I was like, do you listen to Megan Thee Stallion? Like, no. I'm like, why are you so angry? He's like, because he's ruining the women of this generation. Then I said, oh, Sana, here we go. Here we go again.
Genuinely.
That is an artist performing. That is,
Exactly.
a performance. They have a
ruining women of this generation.
life.
and a separate life from that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a performance.
Yeah.
It's weird how he said like they're ruining
women.
What does that mean?
That's hectic.
What is ruining a woman? What the heck is that? Like self-introspect and ask yourself, what is ruining a woman?
But in the same breath, I hate to play, the advocate of
advocate.
as young girls, as young women, we should also
Be mindful
of not fueling the misogyny. So for example, even the whole power imbalance thing, in the same breath, there's so many women who are just like indodamas. So and then when there's a man who ticks these things, for example, having financial power, because we fed them that being a man means just being able to do A, B, C, and D, because they can do just that, just heavy
They think
mind.
they've done it all.
They're going to feel like, okay, since I'm ticking off the boxes that you have, these are my boxes. You gotta stay in the kitchen. You gotta do this. So we also have to be mindful of what role are we playing in this whole thing.
That's true.
Yeah, girls need to take that power back, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we've given men so much power over us. They control. I mean, the oxygen we breathe. Literally.
Not me, please.
I'm just saying, ma'am. But you know how women would say, would say, a man wouldn't make me do this, but sis, once you're going there, you're gonna cook, you're gonna do this. I mean, come on, we say this here now, but do you actually do it?
Yeah.
Do you actually do it? So we need to take our power back. I think it's important that we look ourselves in the mirror and be like, I am this person.
Yeah.
And I want this person to prevail in life and not You know,
Yeah.
take everything else out of the picture and just focus on you and what matters to you.
Beautifully said.
I always think like as I grow older, obviously now I'm in my going to mid 20s. My God,
I'm still young.
let's not talk about age. But I always, as I grow up, I'm honestly always thinking about like 12-year-old maps, like the person that she looked up to, the young woman that she looked up to, and I try to live out that girl or that woman for 12-year-old maps to be proud. And I think once you constantly, because that 12-year-old was the most, pure, like confident and had all these beliefs. So I keep referencing Kore, where am I? And it's important for us not to forget, the confidence that we have and the power that we have, and sticking to our shores and chapels, because I get really back then. It doesn't mean because I'm at the age of 20 mamang, which I will not say on air, I must forget them. No.
Yeah.
They still hold me down.
True story.
You've been listening to Off the Clock with Sky. We were talking all things relationships, MJOLO, friendships, sengwe le sengwe, and I wasn't alone today. I was joined by my beautiful guests, Mang le Mang,
Mapsy.
Lugo, and
Shati.
the usual. OG. Stay tuned in to Off the Clock with Sky. We have our episodes. They're coming weekly.
Like, don't be scared to tune in.
Manaka.
Don't be scared.
Check us out at Sky Girls BW on all social media platforms. You can catch our behind the scenes as well on TikTok if you're wondering what we look like as we're filming. But
I know, actually, you can find out how we look like in season 1.
Come
I'm
and
going to do this the whole season.
how
You can find out how we
stunning.
look like in season 1.
So they should watch season 1.
Yeah.
Season 1. Then come see how beautiful our guests are looking today.
Thank you very much.
True story.
Bamudimu, please.
Bajele.
They ate that.
Like too much.
Okay.
Dreams too big, aiming for the stars. Gonna paint the city pink,